Who's the first one? Who's the first one here with me? Who are you, mysterious person? Who's this mysterious person? I'm actually tired right now, but I want to see my usual gangs. Where's the usual suspects? Who are you? Do I know? Have I seen you around before? Say hi. Say hi. No readings, nothing, unless you really wanted one. I find it really creepy. It's you, NPR. I will not mention your name here unless you allow me to do so, but otherwise I'll continue to call you NPR. I knew, I sort of knew it would be you. I haven't replied to your last mail, yeah, because it was confusing in the morning when you start to tell me the names. I'm like, okay, who is who? Of course, I'm live. I've been live the whole day. I've been going on live the whole day. I think many of them got so annoyed by the notification. Hi, this is the usual gang I'm talking about. NPR, Patsy. Yes, long day. I've been doing the reading from morning 9 to about 4. And then I took a break. I started at about 8. And then it dies off. When I started to take a fee from those readings, it's like, okay, it dies off. It's okay, because this morning, like someone pissed me off with the persistency, with her persistency to ask for a reading. And then she said something like, why would I pay for a reading if that person is not even paying for a reading to get to know me? Like, I wouldn't pay for a reading to get to know him. So she's doing it free and she's maximizing me. She's just like not capitalizing, just leveraging on the resources of mine. And then I was like, no, I need to do something. I need to do something. This just can't go on for long. You know how when this person says, why should I pay for a reading when this person that I'm asking about is not even paying for a reading to get to know me? Yeah. I'm like, come on. And then here you are, being so interested and so into him, so interested about wanting to know him. My God. Yeah. But anyway, overall, it was a good day. It was a good day. I really enjoyed myself, and I think most of them who was hanging out and listening to the readings, they all enjoyed it. They all had a good laugh. I really enjoyed myself. I enjoyed myself. How's your day going, NPR? How's your day going, Patsy? Are you cooking today, NPR? Are you cooking today? But guess what? Today I had only one meal, which is so not common, at least for this Canada trip for me. I had so much time over here to eat while I'm here. But today, the first time, I woke up straight from the bed. I didn't do anything. I just jump in straight to read, and then it gets me going and going for like 7 hours. Of course, in between there were breaks again because of the Wi-Fi. Nope, it was good. Made enough oxtail stew for this week. NPR, I'm curious, where are you from? You Vietnamese or honky? I kind of feel that you might be a honky. But you know, the photos that you sent me were in a Vietnamese restaurant, so I don't know. Oh, okay. Okay, no, but like your heritage? Your heritage? Right, your forefather, your parents. Good Chris. Okay. Patsy. Your good Chris be like dot 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 dot. Folks were from Taishan. Alright, I kind of heard of this Taishan before. Do you still live with your parents? Back in Singapore, yes, I live with them because like for Chinese or actually just Asian, we will live with them, we will stay with them until we get married. I mean, until only if I'm married, then I will move out. Otherwise, we will stay with the parents. It's like it is our duty to take care of the folks. Unlike in the Western culture, where the kids after like 18 or so, they have the choice to want to move out, or actually most of them would have to be out. I think in Europe, Europeans would ask the kids. The kids will have to go out, will have to move out by the age of 18. Most of the Europeans practice age of 18 get out of the house. What I know, like in US, like this region, probably Canada and as well as America, I think it is like it is your choice. You don't have to. You know. So that's the two what I saw from these two sides of the world. So and also in Singapore, the regulation is that if unless you are 35, unless you're 35, otherwise you wouldn't be able to get a government housing. Excuse me. Unless you must be at least 35 to get a government housing, or otherwise then it must be privatized housing, like those expensive condominiums or bungalows and all. Yeah, HDB, yes. So you must be 35. Canton, Guangzhou. All right, so you're Cantonese. So that's why in Singapore, back at my home, I can't really, I don't feel at my best. I don't feel good working in my home, even though I have my room now. um I come from a family of six. I come from a family of six, and yeah, and over there, because it's all built up, it's not like a standalone house like most of them here in this region. So the size of our home is about 5 square feet or so, or maybe lesser, 1,000, yeah, around there, maybe 1,005 square feet for six of us. Then my brother got married, he moved out, so there's five of us left. But he had a baby, then he had a new addition, so we are babysitting the baby now. The baby now is 7 going to 8 months old. Yeah. So and um I sit with the baby a lot, kind of babysit, but actually it comes really from the bottom of the heart. Like I really want to be there to notice the baby, and to, yeah, really to sit with him, to teach him things, even though he don't really understand at 7 months old. Yeah. And then by the end of the day, when everyone goes to bed, I usually try to take a short nap from maybe 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. at night. Yeah, and then I grab a nap, take a nap from maybe about 11 to about 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. And then I take some time to get out of bed to do some work before the baby wakes up again in the morning at about 7 or 8 a.m. Yeah. Yeah, so I have very little time for myself. Like it's all given in a way. I give myself away to the family a lot, because I keep telling everyone I can't do it if, like, for me to just shut my door and not, and just ignore whatever's happening out there outside of the room. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like sometimes the baby is screaming like yeah 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 yeah. I want to know what is the baby doing. And also, if my mom is able to cope with the housekeeping and the baby at the same time, it is actually my mom's duty. But I just feel like, it is everyone's duty. It is everyone's duty. We are all a family, so I just can't do it. That's why I have to force myself to just leave, to take a trip away. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Patsy, why do you ask? Why do you ask about my living condition back home? Yes, you need time for yourself and sanity. Is that what brings me to Canada? Um, for the most part, yes. That's what uh that's what that made me took the leave away from home, because whenever I'm home I can never leave the family, shut the door and then be doing live stream like that and ignoring what's happening out there outside of the room. I can't do it. I can't do it. And also it's like I'll be distracted because out there, outside of the door, outside of the door, everyone is my family. So I will tend to be very interested in what's happening to everyone, if everyone is able to cope. And for us, we keep our home really clean and tidy. We do like housekeeping every morning. So a lot of sweeping and mopping and wiping and cleaning the table. uh yeah. And a lot of cleaning to do. We are like a family who is into like cleanliness, so we sweep and mop every day. I even go to the extent of also towards the end of the day when the baby gets to sleep and everyone gets into their room, I will do a mopping and a sweeping around the whole house over again. And then I'll wash the kitchen utensils, wash all the kettles, and yeah. No, I'm the second. I have an elder brother. I'm the second, and I have two younger brother. The two younger brother, they are twins themselves. Not twins with me, but the two of them, they are twins. So the two of them, they are like 10 years my junior. They're 10 years my junior. So them being the strawberry generation, we have this term that says they are the strawberry generation, where they are so brittle, so fragile, where you just touch them and then they will turn black, they will be rotten. They are the strawberry generation where they just think about themselves. They don't, unlike me, where I really give myself a lot to home. So to yeah, so to answer to Patsy, is that what brings me to Canada? For the most part, what it is the reason why I travel so much. But for this time round, why am I here to Canada is also because I'm maxing out on my traveling visa around the Europe region, because many of those countries, they're under the EU, or they call it the Schengens. They're under the EU or the Schengen, so either or, they are the same. I have only 90 days of like tourist visa in shared among all the countries. Shared among all the countries. So even I could go to Sweden for 1 month. I have left with 60 days for other countries, like maybe I'm not sure, like maybe Spain under the EU, um, uh, Turkey under the EU, Norway under the Schengen. So all of them share the same 90 days. So I'm maxing out on my tourist visa 90 days over there. So now I'm changing a region here to this part of the world. So apparently there isn't like a 90 days, or maybe there is here in Canada and in America. I'm not sure in US, but I've got the letter of authorization to go for both side. But I was told like in Canada you just have to exit, like probably cross the border to wherever is the nearest, and then you can come back in for another 90 days. Well, we'll see, but I really don't like Canada. Singapore has a strong passport. Yeah, we have got a very strong passport, but I think there is still a ETA, an electronic travel authorization, that you have to put up to declare your arrival. So which is pretty fast. It's like you put it up online and then within an hour you get almost like a revert electronic revert to say, okay, this is your electronic ETA. Hey, Boo. Hey, Chelsea. You were gone and I was also gone. Go easy for now. Yeah, so that's the reason why I came over to Canada, because like I'm maxing out on my EU visa, EU tourist visa, and I intend to do a longer trip this time round. I don't want to go back and forth. I don't want to go back and forth so much. But I really don't like Canada. I really don't like Canada. I don't like it here. Hi, Chelsea from Patsy. Yeah. And also NPR, our dearest. I just remember NPR is like the thorns among the roses. NPR is like the thorns among the roses. Middle of winter. No, but NPR, I first time to Canada, yes. Actually, first time to this part of the world. I really like winter a lot. I really like winter a lot. But yeah, I really like winter a lot, but I don't like there's something about Canada here that I don't like. I don't like Canada. Not my place. At least it's not because I haven't been out. It's not like, yeah, I mean, actually I haven't been out to the city since last week, since I arrived. I haven't been out at all. I've always been home. I've been out once only to get my SIM card, which is just maybe like 3 miles away. Just a ride out and back. That's the only time I'm out. I haven't been out to the city, but I already know I don't like it here. It's just, you just know, you know, when you're in a place, you just know that you just don't like it here. What about the people there? There's a lot of, is it appropriate for me to say that? But there's a lot of non-Canadians here. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of non-Canadians here. A lot of foreigners here. So I don't get to feel or sense or really live in a very Canadian culture landscape or place. Yeah. A lot of foreigners. A lot of foreigners. And I was told I'm living in the other part of Toronto. So in Toronto they have like the east of Toronto, which is the pure Canadians. You know what I mean by pure Canadians? And then the west part of Toronto, which is all the migrants are here. So I'm actually here in this place. I'm not sure. I was told because you're at the wrong side of Toronto. So I mean, I have not. It's not because, I mean, I'm totally fine with almost anyone, but I come to a different place only to want to see different kind of culture. But if I'm here and I see a lot of Asians, like all right, just Asians, typically just Asians. So let's not go into elaboration. So when I'm here and if I see a lot of foreigners whom I already have in my hometown, in my home country, then, you know, Singapore is also made up of 50% foreigners. We have about 6 to 6.5 million population. We have probably just about 3 million local borns, native in Singapore. So 50% of them are all foreigners from everywhere in the world. Everywhere. We have really everywhere in the world. It is a very cosmopolitan. It looked a lot more like cosmopolitan than migrants, if there's a difference to these two words. It is more cosmopolitan than it looks like migrant. Yeah. Then perhaps go to Montreal, French speaking. NPR, you know what I'm saying. It's hard to speak French. I think, yeah, like the Quebec area, I heard so. I heard like the Quebec area, they are mostly French dominated. But no, I don't even, if I want to go to a French dominated place, I will go to France. Like the true blue French are there. But it seems I think the native Canadians here, the population is really small and low, so it is largely made up of uh, foreigners here. So yeah, and for the last few days, I've been thinking of like just because I really don't enjoy it, and that's the reason why I come on live so often for the last few days because I really don't like it here. And I just want to just distract myself and do something useful and helpful. So yeah, like for a moment on Monday, actually on Monday for a moment, I wanted to just change my ticket back, and just go back to Singapore. I really don't like it here. It is not because of the cold or what. I just don't gel with the place here. It's not the place where you are totally at peace with yourself. Not the place where you could fresh air. No. Hi, Diane. Welcome. Thanks for being here with me. Nothing much, just whoever who's available. Like I think for Chelsea, there's still a reading outstanding tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. Too much reading today. Is the vibe or what? No, it's just maybe it's the vibe. I just don't see myself gelling with Canada Canada. I probably don't see myself gelling with Canada. I haven't been to the States. So one of these days I might, but I'm so lazy and it's very cold out here. I mean, not that cold. I do not know what's in Fahrenheit, but it's about minus 15 degrees Celsius here. Minus 15 degrees Celsius, so it's probably about 0 to 10 Fahrenheit here. And because there's wind, it's windy here, the cold is crazy. It is too windy. And I didn't prepare myself a windbreaker. I had only a coat, which is not good enough for the wind. Just in case if the Wi-Fi goes down, that's it. Yeah, wouldn't take the effort to come back again because there's nothing important. I'm starting to see it lagging. Like my movement are slow. Yeah. Who's there? Say hi. Yeah, because it's been happening so much and my data don't seem to be working. My data, I mean I can connect to just text, WhatsApp and all, but when I try to stream on data, I don't think it is fast enough to handle that streaming. And I'm on LTE, like LTE 4G. Hi Roy. Hi Roy. Roy should be busy like a busy man. He's rarely here, but he has been here once or twice. But he's rarely here. Now we have more thorns amongst the roses. The thorns would be the men. NPR and Roy. The rest are the roses. Oh, what time is it over there where you're at? Most of them here now, they are from the west side, from the west coast, so they are very available before dinner time or late night. The end 10:30 for the end should be the same as me. Yeah, should be the same as me. On the east side. Yeah. Yep. Oh, you're okay. Yeah. I'm on the Eastern time zone with you as well. I'm in Toronto, so we share the same time zone. That's considered pretty late for you. What do you do if you like to talk about, or otherwise carry on, focus on your work? What is Pacific Standard Time, PST? Right, okay. Almost wanted to ask what does PST stands for. All right, so now we have like a moment of awkward silence. I'm working on a new set of videos, but I think for those of you who are regulars live with me, I guess it is very natural of you to just skip all that and just ask me directly what's in there. I'm working on a new set of videos. Believe it or not, there's nothing. I just close my eyes and I just start to speak whatever that I'm seeing. There's no cards, no photos, no crystal ball. I'm working on a new set of videos. Yeah. Just for entertainment. Yeah. And I try to get them out. I've done Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. So I have another 9 more signs to go. It's pretty fast. It is just probably about 10 minutes. 10 or 15 minutes for this. Yeah. How you discover my gift? mm. Actually, for me to take this spiritual path as a reader, uh, like I have to go through a lot. Are you thinking about visiting another state after leaving Canada? Um, I'm thinking of going over to the States, like just cross. It's just across the border, but I'm so lazy. I'm so lazy. Yeah, but a few of you have made contacts with me. Some of you have actually made contacts with me. One from Florida, but he said his hometown is in I do not know what's the super long name. The MASSCHUSETT. What's rested? Yeah. So he said his hometown is there. So is and then another one of you, another girl. She I think was it Diane? Was it you, Diane, who told me you're from New York City as well? Was it you who told me that? Or if not, then it will be someone else. I asked her to drop me a note, but she hasn't. No, not you. Yeah, there's someone else who's also from New York. Because if I go down, I think like New York would be one of the place I would definitely be at. And then I have some friends in Philly. I have some friends in Philly and Virginia. So, but I haven't reached out to them. I haven't reached out to them. It's like when I'm going, or if until when I'm there, then I'll talk about it. I will not talk about it when I'm not even there. Yeah. So, oh, someone asked me, who was it who asked me about someone asked me, why is it missing? There's a missing, oh, how, oh, NPR, oh yeah, NPR, you asked me about how do I discover this side of me. Since young, I've been very spiritual, or actually I started off with being very religious. I started off with being very religious. It's like my mom told me that one day we are Buddhist, like my home we are Buddhist. So she said that when I was a little girl, she brought me to the temple, and then like I was just supposed to wait for her to get done in the temple, and then somehow without her teaching me anything, I just went to kneel down and I was just praying to the God. That was when I was a little girl. But also as I grew older, I'm so attracted by all that mysticism, like that feng shui thing, and then the palm reading, and then um and some other Eastern astrology stuff. I keep on going for readings to give my birth chart in Eastern astrology, the Chinese version of it. So to read my life and stuff like that. Hey Tanya, hi. Just casual chat. So I'm very into it, but gradually and ultimately, how did I end up to where I am today? Was because I was going through a very rough patch in my work forefront. I was going through a very rough time and rough patch at my work forefront, and then I had I had kind of like had three job change. I had three job change in a year. Most of them are just like 1.5 to 2 months. So I was very down, and then no one could tell me what's wrong with me. I'm a very diligent worker, I would say. Like, you know, when you guys saw me when I was doing my reading, I'm really into it, and then that's how, and I just go on and on. I would say I'm a very diligent. Hi Suela. Oh my god, yeah, your reading is still outstanding. Tomorrow morning, I mean, in a few, maybe in 12 hours time from now, yeah, I will go on live. So now, no reading. So um so I was saying that I think I'm a very diligent person, and I was born a salesperson. I was born a salesperson, but I tend to get uh, a lot of people who took me the wrong way and saw me as very threatening. Even, you know, even my bosses, who's also an employee, would feel very threatened of me. Yeah, my next my next higher up saw me as a threat to them. So I had a lot of difficulties at work, and anyway, so I had a few job change, and until one and no one could tell me what happened. No one could tell me what happened. All they could was to tell me, why don't you change yourself? Why don't you change yourself? I mean, it's not that easy, you know. A person's character don't change. So so I went into mysticism. I was so desperate. I was reading up, I was looking through astrology. I know nuts about astrology, and I just keep on reading on my own sign, like a Scorpio. And then I found hope in it, because some of the readings, it came out like, you know, you will get something positive, and that's what kept me going for a while. That's what kept me going for a while. It doesn't matter if the reading came true. It doesn't matter to me if the reading came true, but because of those very positive reading, it kept me going for a long time. And I thought one day it just came to me, I'm sure there are other people in my shoe as well, in the same shoe as I am, and I want to maybe also help, help be there also to give out such, uh as far as I can, to help to keep them going as long as I can. So that was my first thought. So then I bought my first deck. I bought my first deck. I bought my first deck, and then I go around as usual. I go around. Anyone wants me to read for you, and then I started reading for friends around, and then they'd be like, For those who come with an open mind, they gave me the true feedback. Like, yeah, it sounds like it. But those who doesn't come with an open mind, they be like, whatever that you're saying, isn't that very typical? It's like everyone is experiencing that, right? So fine. So I started a channel myself, whatever, like whatever. Firstly, I've got to do something. Secondly, I would say I came from a good intention. I came from a place where I come from good intention. I'm not here to just cheat or scam. So I come from a place where I really wanted to see what I could see for you. And I'm really interested in such mysticism. Yeah. And how I got to do this photo reading, how it is quite different to do this photo reading. The photo reading is totally an empath. Doing photo reading is an empath, is an empath. doing tarot reading is intuitive. All right, so the photo reading was one day, one of the querent. We call, like any one of you who does a reading with us, the proper name is not a client, like but we call it a querent. So one day I had this client or querent who told me that she could do photo reading. And I said, wow, you could see from photos. Then I start to send her also my share of my own personal life. I start to share with her some photos. And that opened my other door to that photo reading. I'm so interested in it. And I start to try it. I start to try it. You know, there's no one can give you a certification on a photo reading. Who is there? Is there even any instructor or examiner to tell you that, yeah, you know, I could certify you? That I don't think there's any instructor or examiner who could give you a certification like a chop and stamp. Okay, your photo reading passed, and passed with flying colors or just passed. No. So yeah, it was this querent who opened my doors to this photo reading. She didn't teach me anything, but she just kind of like inspired me that I could try something else other than tarot cards. Yeah. When I do tarot cards, I need a lot of space. I need a lot of space because I need the space to stare into. I cannot be in a very enclosed space. Sometimes if you see my eyes are wandering because it is like the images are coming and then my eyes are staring at, are looking for that space to capture the image. I need some blank space and empty space to capture, to really wander, like my eyes are wandering around. So I can't really do it in a very enclosed space. That said, one day one of my girlfriends said, you know what you can do? Buy the tent, you know how like camping tent, put it somewhere in my house and ask me to hide in there in the tent, just zip it, and I have my privacy. Before that, I was sharing a room because we came from a big family and then we had only 3 bedrooms. So I was sharing my room with my 2 younger brothers. So 3 of us in a room, so I don't have my space. Before my brother got married and moved out from the house. So my girlfriend was asking me to buy a tent, to go in there to the tent and just zip up and work in there. I thought that was insulting though. Like no one understood me. No one understood me. Hi Van. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed like all of you enjoyed the reading from today. I enjoyed it. I had a great time doing the readings today. I had a great time. And I had a great laugh. I mean, none of you would know what's happening, but because you don't see the photos. But when I'm at your reading and as we're talking about the photos that you sent to me, that any one of you sent to me, you would laugh about yourself if I said anything about those photos. Yeah. Okay, I think too much about me is boring. Boring you out. Those areas would be less cold and spring soon. No, but I like cold. I like it cold. I like it cold. Yeah, I like cold places. It's like back home when I came over last week, Singapore was like 30 to 35 degrees Celsius, which is maybe about 95 Fahrenheit, 90 to 100 Fahrenheit. It was so hot and I was scratching all over. That's why you see some like there is some marks on me because it's so warm, so hot and sweaty, and I start to like kind of scratch a little. Okay, I can't really show you now. It's kind of like, so yeah, high humidity and you're sweaty and it's so hot. It's just so hot back then in Singapore. Like my eczema is breaking out when I'm there. but it's fine for me in a dry place. Like for me, dryness that's fine for me. I don't need to slap on a lot of lotion or whatsoever. Not not heat rashes, it's eczema. Like break, it is usually like the back of your knees, those sweat points, the back of your knees, and yeah, some eczema. You just woke up. Swella just woke up. Roy said he will be back later. Yeah, it is better. Yeah, I'm like totally born in the wrong climate. Anyway, given, you know what, given my birth chart, I will have a foreign settlement, like the furthest possible foreign settlement. I looked at my own birth chart, I have a foreign settlement. And also one of the smaller factors also was because I was trying to speed up the whole process. Okay, so I was trying to speed up the whole process about me settling in a foreign place, because I know ultimately I have a foreign settlement. I have a foreign settlement. Like my better half would also be someone from a different culture. So while doing all this traveling, I'm also keeping my eyes big and look out like where is my foreign settlement, and if I meet the one for myself. But apparently no, because I have settled in my expecting my marriage and actually everything else. I have Saturn dominating or expecting my 12th house of far long distance foreign settlement, and also um my partner. Yeah, so it will be very delayed. Be very delayed to maybe late 30s. To maybe late 30s. I'm 31 this year. I'm 31 this year. Every one of you said that I'm young. Like I look like 20 plus. Maybe, maybe. I think my look doesn't change much. My look doesn't change much ever since um I I since when, like even when I'm 13, 12 or 13, just high school. Yeah, I'm already looking like how I look like, maybe just with lesser fine lines and wrinkles and whatsoever, but I look exactly um like how I look like now, even when I'm 13, 15. Juju, do things pop up in your vision when you look at the photos? Oh yeah, there's a lot of visionary images that I saw, and that's why for some of you I was laughing when I looked at the photo. Like I could see you looking forward. Like one of the girl today, she had a very good reading, and I told her something like the both of you are going to hook up when you meet, but in a very decent way. Like the both of them, I saw them getting together and probably marrying. Yeah, they would be, but they are so ready for the intimate phase of life. But they didn't, for them it didn't come from a very an indecent manner. It didn't come from that indecent um uh way of viewpoint. So it was like something that's very natural for the both of them to bond emotionally and on an emotional level. So I was like, okay, I totally see that coming. And then she was like, yeah, again, you know how many of you be like, yes, 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 it is. We did talk about it and things like that. So when I see things like that, it's yeah. And then when I see one of them was dealing, she said that the person claimed himself to be a sexual deviant. And then, all right, but actually for some of you who is dealing with very sexual energies, like very sexual encounters or attraction, I I kind of feel or sense all that, all of that you in the act, and it's just so funny. Like in the act, I mean, yeah, not exactly in the act, but I could see like you're eager to go, to go, to go, to go, to go do it. I was eager to see some of you, those of them. I could see them so eager to go, to be there, to enjoy the moment. Yeah, so that's why sometimes I just break out laughing. Yeah. For Patsy, tell us about my Nordic experience. Firstly, I think about the Northern Lights. It is amazing there and then, but if you're busy capturing, taking photos and videos, I personally like to just remember it in my memories, because it's a very magical moment. It is a very magical moment where you see the lights, really dancing lights, dancing lights. For the lighter ones, those that are in green, it looks a lot like smoke, just green smoke. You know how we have this like fireworks stick, it's like you sparkles, and then it just looks a lot like smoke. Aurora borealis, yeah. So the light, so there's different strength in the auroras. So the lighter strength is the green ones, the darker strength would be the red ones. Purple would be somewhere considered strong, purple to red. And then I think there's also white. White is considered strong as well. Like after red, the maximum could be white. Yeah. So green, pink, purple, and red. So if you see the red ones, it's considered very strong. So the last time which is last month in January, when I was there, while I was driving back to down south to the airport, I saw it, and then I stopped the car, and then I just want to, like, for any one of you who wants to know, you know, all those igloos, that's like all over the social media, that the igloos that look like a turtle shell, is overrated. It's overrated. All those igloos are overrated. You can't see the borealis in the igloo. You can't see a single shit in the igloo. Because why? Because the glasses have got reflection. Any lights, even the slightest lighting, there would be reflection on the glasses. Yeah, you couldn't see a single shit in the igloo. It is only for luxury purposes. Yeah, but of course, for leisure, for pleasure, yes, you could go for the igloo. I would say if you're going for the igloo, one night is enough. One night is enough if you go for the igloo. But otherwise, if you really want to lay in there in the igloo and thinking you could see the borealis happening while you're in the igloo in your comfort bed, it's not gonna happen. No, it's not happening. So you still have to step out of your igloo to look at the borealis, the aurora. Yeah, so that's the first thing. Don't waste your time. Like for me, I'm really a person with, like, I will capture them in my memories than to capture them in my photos. On photos, you can find anywhere. You can find anywhere on the media. I mean, on Google Images or whatsoever. Where is that? I have this. All right, so you have to go all the way past the Arctic Circle. So so you know, like, it's the equator. So Asia or even Singapore is at the equator, which is half the, like, in the middle of the globe. So after the equator, I think the next line would be the Arctic Circle. So, all right. So this is my crystal ball. Equator is in the middle, all right? Equator is here. Then at the top part here, it is the Arctic Circle. So you have to go past the Arctic Circle line, where the northern, like the Nordics, the northern European countries, Norway, Sweden, and Finland, these three countries will have landscape that pass the Arctic Circle here, that reaches almost all the way up to the top. So in the whole world, only the northern Europe has got landscape that passes habitants that passes the Arctic Circle. Even Canada doesn't go as high as this Arctic Circle. Maybe the Canada they have the land, but they are inhabitants here. But Northern Europe, they have got habitants here past the Arctic Circle line, just around here. Okay, around, and then it goes all the way up almost to the North Pole. So for Sweden and Finland, I would suggest you to go to their Lapland. They call it the Lapland, Lapland, the Lapland. So only when you're in the Lapland, you would see the borealis, the auroras. I personally like Finland more than Sweden. In terms of landscaping, Sweden and Norway has a lot of mountains, which the mountains sometimes tend to kind of give you onto a pressure where there's something that's protruding in front of you. Finland is a flat land. It's a flat land. It's like you see 100 miles away from you. It's a flat land. I personally like Finland a lot. Why do you think ops come around? Well, ops like what? What do you mean by ops? I know like ops will be that little bit of dots that you're asking me about, like up there in the sky, or sometimes it's like it happens in the video. I tell you, for those of sometimes if it happens in the videos, they are just dust. They are just dust in the phone. Screen protector or anything. They are not off. I mean, at least that's how I look at it. I mean, that's my own opinion. But if you ask me what's happening up in the sky for the ops, scientifically, I'm not that great. But it is, or I don't want to try too hard on that and give out the wrong information. So it is supposed to be like, I don't want to give out the wrong information. So yeah. So, but whatever I know, I would like to share it out. So for anyone, the last place, even though I had a bad experience there with all right, fine. I don't think many of you know the story behind. But yeah, but anyway, I wanted to say that I have a very good place to recommend if you're going there. It is on B&B, Airbnb. It is fantastic. Yeah, the place there, it is a shared place, so you must be able to live in like a country style. So it is able to accommodate. It is not a hostel, but it's just a personal home where they just have got many extra spaces, and they just lay a lot of beds or mattresses around. But other than that, trust me, like the helpers there, the volunteers there, they are such great people, and they have a lot of reindeer herders. So it happened that the landlord, his friends are reindeer herders. They would drag the reindeer, because sometimes those reindeers would wander around on the road, and then if the car were to be speeding, they would not be in time because the reindeer are so slow in their reaction. I try to honk, like, beep, 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 beep. The reindeer be like, what's happening? I just beep, 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 beep. The reindeer is still there. So you're so stupid. Reindeers are so stupid. So all these reindeer herders are there to save the reindeer. They will have to drag them because they don't move. They're so lazy. They're so stupid. Even though the herders are trying to help them, to save them, they just refuse to move. So a lot of reindeer herders work. Saw 3 lights moving around in my room. I will check that out and we can talk about it later on when I have more information. I want to give out the right information and not just kind of bullshit bullshit through here. If I really don't know, I really don't know. Yeah, for the auroras, it's really magical to see. It's like, you know, how great our universe is. It's like, you know, such fantastic, such greatness are happening up there in the universe, and here we are on on this Mother Earth. We are having a lot of petty fights and arguments, or, you know, crying like shit because of almost for nothing. And then up there in the universe, such great things are happening up there in the universe. You know how, to me, I'm very philosophical. I find that, you know, there's so much greater things in life than to be fighting on such petty issues in on earth here, on our living space here. Do you agree with me? Yeah. And I always like to look at the skies, you know, it's like universe is such a great place. And here we are, look at, here we are, we humans, we are fighting against one another. We're going against one another. For what? Come on, we have so much better things to appreciate at that time when when you're getting angry over someone, or you're getting upset over someone, and then you look up to the universe. Is such an amazing place. Really, for what? Like some, I mean, now that I get all this spiritual awakening and enlightenment myself, I'm a, I'm a I'm a very open-minded person now. Like, I understand, I would understand why people are the way they are, and I just let them be. Let them be. It's fine. To me, universe is my comfort. Universe is my emotional comfort. I always like to just look up into the dark night sky, into the dark sky, not night sky. Yeah. Swella, what am I talking about? We was just very random. Some of them were asking me about my last trip experience, which was like the Northern Europe, and then we talk about some Borealis, and yeah. Yes, exactly. People waste their time doing unnecessary stuff like fighting, spying, crying, blah blah blah. Yeah, yes and no. I mean, we try, we ultimately, I feel like we are still human. We come with feelings and emotions, so we can't help it to feel a certain way sometimes. But I guess what I would say is that we have to acknowledge how we feel. We have to acknowledge, like, okay, I'm angry right now, all right, I will allow myself to get angry, but you have to know that you have to get over it. You have to get over it, because again, there's greater things in the universe that's so much more amazing than all of that we are chasing after, that we are going after for. So honor your feelings, honor how you feel. If you feel upset, you feel jealous, all right, you feel jealous, okay, but you think about why, and think about something. How can I resolve this? How can I make this like turn the situation around? Yeah, it's okay to have emotions, but it's not good to live in that same energy all the time. Exactly. Exactly. So that's why you have to, like, kind of set a timeline, like how long would you allow yourself to be dwelling in that situation. It's fine. You could set yourself like 1 day, 1 week, if it's a very long term, or like 3 months or 6 months, if it's a super long term, like 10 years of marriage broken down, 20 years of marriage. You definitely need 6 months to 1 year. Give yourself a timeline. Otherwise, it will just go on and on and on. It's like always setting a target. Set a target. A target is not meant to be reached, but at least you go somewhere near. If you set for yourself 6 months, maybe you can't reach it, you need 9 months or maybe 1 year. Not too bad. At least it ends somewhere. It needs to end somewhere. All these dwelling energies needs to end somewhere. Come to India. I know India has got very beautiful landscaping, but I don't know, man. The the idea I had about India is just messy. It's like beep 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 beep. The motorbike is like beep 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 beep. Oh, I can't take any more of these noises. I need a peaceful, quiet place. And spiritual too, yeah. Yes, I actually wanted to meet my guru. Actually, like by astrological chart, now Jupiter is in my 12th house. 12th house is also about guru. I will meet my guru this year. I think I said casually on one of the times where this June I'm going to join Astro Lada in her summer retreat. I'm going to see Lada, Astro Lada. Could like yeah, and she's bringing in some of her team as well. I'm not sure whether if any other famous astrologers be there, like William was it William Ernest or something like that. All these very great gurus. I actually wanted to start the astrological channel as well, but it is a lot of work. And for me, I don't want to be too casual about the astrological readings, because you know how sometimes the same sign might coincide with two houses. So let's say for example, let me try. Okay, can I try? I really want to put this out because it's like many people just don't get it. All right, so this is one house, this is two house. This is your first, this is your second, this is, so okay, oh my god. All right, so it's something like that. So this is your first house, your second house. So maybe this sign of Leo started from first house here, but the start line here, the starting of second house is Leo, maybe Leo 10 degrees. But if you look at Leo, maybe you have, you know, before Leo it will be a Cancer ascendant. All right, so maybe like the first part here is Cancer. So you are Cancer ascendant, but you could also look at Leos, because Leo overlap and started in your first house, and then your second house is also considered Leo if you're a Cancer ascendant. Cancer in your first house, and then Leo started a little bit early in the first house. So you could actually look at Leo and Cancer and Leo. I wanted to do like Vedic astrology is true. Yes, I'm leaning more towards Vedic astrology. But anyway, what I'm saying is I have this idea of starting the astrological channel, but it takes a lot of time and effort to really pin down a mixture, a blend of different the houses, the signs side by side for every house, what's happening in there. So it's like Leo could be in a mixture of your third house and your fourth house. Yeah, and you know your Taurus don't start exactly at 0 degrees. You might be Taurus, 15-degree Taurus. And then, so you have only another 14 degrees left for Taurus. 14 degrees left for Taurus. And then your Gemini would also take a little bit of space in your first house. So in your first house, you actually possess both Taurus sign, and also a little bit of the starting of Gemini went into your first house as well. So anyway, I think many of you over here, I'm guessing many of you over here don't really have very some of you might not have interest in astrology. Some of you might not have any clue about that. So it will be boring if I keep on talking about it. But it will be on a different channel altogether. I have actually started it. I have started it, but I haven't done anything in it. Yeah, no clue. No clue. All this needs the birth time. All this needs the birth time. So some people provoke your emotions on purpose. Deanne, I just saw you saying some people provoke my emotions on purpose. I mean, generally, I don't think you're talking about me, but generally, people provoke each other's emotions on purpose. Yes, because and such people, they are always in the less off position. Is Astro Lada the Vedic astrology or Western? All right, Astro Lada herself, Lada herself, she's a Western astrologer, but I think she studied her gurus, her mentors are, and also maybe half her studies are also into Vedic astrology, but her work on her YouTube channel are all pointing to Western astrology. So if you're looking at any of Lada's herself, Lada herself speaking, it will be Western astrology. So look at your Western astrology signs. If any of her invited guests, or her alliances, some of them will be into different, some, I think there's this Babylonian astrology as well, or the ancient astrology, which, and then some are Vedic astrology. So her alliances, her partners might not be into Western astrology. But if you're talking about Lada personally herself, all her videos are Western astrology. I see a lot of people commenting in there, should I look at Western or, I mean, come on. Who is the speaker? Look at the speaker. The speaker is a Western astrologer. Of course, you look at your Western astrology, right? Good night, Deanne. Sure. Why do we sense other people's energy, Krystal? Suela, so today we had one girl, she said she keep on dreaming about the guy. And when I was working on her case, I seriously couldn't see the guy interested in her. But she said that she claimed that she dreamt about the guy. So I told her, are you keeping any gifts by him? She said no. And then I try harder to think, because there is some kind of energy near her. There's some kind of energy near her, but the guy takes no interest in her. The guy is definitely not near her. So I asked about, did you keep any of the photos, or did you do a collage of the two of you together? You know, like putting your two faces together by Photoshop or any of the apps. She said yeah, she did. She had a collage. So it if it could, there's, to me, I think there's only two reasons why. Either the person, yeah, telepathy, like true telepathy or manifestation level, they keep on thinking about you, then you will get that brainwaves. I believe in this. But then for this case, like for hers, I seriously don't see the guy taking interest in her, but she just wants to insist that the guy must miss me because I keep on dreaming about him. But I don't see the energy, that she said. So I asked her, did she keep any of his gifts to her? She said no, no gifts. And then I asked about photos and collage. She did a collage to put the both of them together. That to me is a collage. Putting two faces together is a collage. All right. But by keeping maybe individual photos maybe as well. And I said, delete all that photos and delete all that collage. You want, you can load it. You could save it into your cloud, your iCloud, your whatever Google Cloud. Put it into your cloud and delete it away from your phone. Your immediate belongings. Delete it away from your immediate belongings. Your computer, your phone, your immediate belongings. You can keep it, but there needs to be a centerpiece. A centerpiece that divides the two energy. If you put them together like a collage, then that's going to keep on sucking in or keeping the energy around. You saw that you were. Hi, Jay. Yeah. NPR, you said trolls. Who's trolling me? No one's trolling me. Everyone who just joined in here are our close community. Some very common faces that we all know of, like yourself, Patsy, Dean, Swella, Lay, but always welcome. And Jay, yeah, Jay, I don't know, man. I don't know. I do not know whether if I will do it, but let's see. You could always PayPal if you want to. Yeah. But I said I told actually in that super chat $15 reading, I told them I don't need your payment now. We will do the reading first, and you could just send it to me only if you enjoyed the reading and if it helps you in any way. Yeah. So early on I did some, none of them came back. But you know, that's fine because it tells me a lot about the person. And they need to see that they are the one who needs that clarity, not me. It usually happens with me with different people. I randomly feel it. Like today I saw in my dream one of my friend gave birth to a child. I woke up and called her. Husband said yes, she gave birth to a child yesterday only. Before that, Swella, before that, do you even know that your friend is pregnant? Just KBI. Oh, this is a troll. KBI, are you a troll? Because this is a very cozy community. We don't welcome any of that. But you are welcome to be with us in our community. But otherwise, yeah. Not a troll. Then why do you ask if I want your number? Seriously, I have no interest in... I said this before on one of the days. I don't go into a romantic relationship with anyone from my working channels. In this case, now. I don't go into that. Work is work. It needs to be professional. I think Patsy, you might know the other day there's this other guy, remember? On one of the first few days last week. I think his name was Avi or something like that. And then was it you who helped me to tell him like just adore her, that's fine. Keep it at that level if you want to. No idea at all. Oh, okay. Swella, that was I do not know whether if it's intuitive or what is your turnaround right now for personal readings. I keep it within a day or two. I keep it within a day or two. Because why do I keep it within a day or two? In the past, when I needed a reading myself, and then the readers be like, all right, please take note that the turnaround time would now be at least a month. I mean, 1 month. You joking or what? 1 month, so many things would have changed. 1 month, so many things would have changed. And then, who needs a reading 1 month after? Seriously, who needs a reading 1 month after? And actually, during that period of time, actually not too long ago, maybe just about 9 months, 1 year back. 9 months, yeah, just maybe 1 year or so. Yeah, a lot of readers try to kind of like try to make themselves look exquisite and look like they are so hot, so popular, like they have tons and tons of readings in queue. I mean, maybe they do, but sorry, I know this is so not appropriate, but to me it's like, who needs a reading 1 month after? That's why I personally keep it to 1 to 2 days. Sorry, I know this is so not appropriate to scrutinize others' turnaround. But I know it's like how when someone needs to know something, I know how it feels. So yeah, I welcome Jay. Well, I sense there is, yeah, but I think KBI is okay now. We'll let him stay. Any more, anything else that you guys want to know? I can talk a lot, but depends on what the topic is. What are you guys up to? So much about me. Anything about you guys who wants to share? Anyone wants to share about yourself? I know you're a very private person. We talked about it before. Before, some days I normally said to one guy that don't cry for your love life. Maybe you will get married on 10th March only. And seriously, within 1 week, his parents choose a girl for her. Choose a girl for her. Choose for him, right? On the 10th marriage. You must have some kind of like psychic in you. That's psychic. That is psychic. It's like whatever that you said came true. Even if it's randomly, even if it's you not knowing what you're saying. And many a times a reading should be subconscious reading. It should be subconscious reading. You shouldn't be too logical in your reading. You shouldn't put too much alertness in your reading, as in you remember word for word what you read. It should flow so naturally that you don't even know that it just passed through. It just came out from you. So yes. Do you have Pisces in your chart a lot? No. Pisces in my chart a lot. I can't remember. I have the screenshot. Wait, hang on. I don't remember I have a lot of Pisces. I have actually more air. I have more air sign in me. Libra, Gemini, yeah, Libra, Gemini. I'm heavier on my air sign. So if anyone asks me like a fixed time, I don't like it when my friends be asking me like, next Thursday, are you available? Are you free for dinner at 7? I'll be like, can we talk about it nearer to date? Can we just play by ear? I always like to say play by ear. I can't do a fixed time. Don't book me like 7 days in advance. I can never know what's going to happen in my life. But I know some people, they just like, yeah, but I need to plan my life. I need to plan other stuff. So I need a time from you. Then I'll just tell them, you know what, then go ahead. I don't need this dinner or what. Like if you have other priorities, go ahead. Because if I'm important enough to you, you will set aside everything and cater this whole day for me. Not like self-entitlement, but to me, I'm really fine. If you have other priorities, go ahead. I don't want to hog you up. I don't want to delay you in other stuff. I know you have your life. Go ahead. But if you yeah, you know what I'm saying? Wait, I'm going through my chart. But I see some baby photos and it reminds me of my baby nephew. I do not know if you can see, but this is me. This is me, like the baby is here and this is me. Yeah. I love my nephew so much. And if you can see how is it too bright? That was when I think that was a newborn, when he was really when he was still a newborn. You see, he's in my arms. I'm like the mother, like really, I'm like the mother to him. Yeah, I'm just going through because I logged in some of my favorite photos. For those of you who haven't seen me in my long hair, this is... Yeah, because of this nephew, I love kids so much. Because of this nephew, I never knew I'm a kids person. It's like, talk to me about baby. No, not my thing. But ever since I have this baby nephew, he just changed my life. He just changed my life. All right, I have my chart here. Okay. I have Gemini. I'm less of a fire. I don't have much of a fire in here. I don't have Aries. I have one Sagittarius, but Sagittarius in Rahu. Rahu is your north node. Eh, no, what? This is not mine. This is not mine. Sorry. Oh yeah, this is okay. This is me. Pisces. My Mars is in Pisces. I have only one Sagittarius, Uranus. Oh, okay, no. Yeah, I have two Sagittarius. Pisces, Libra. Pretty much a good mixture. Which app is best to make a chart according to? Wait, alright, let me see. How old is my nephew? My nephew, he is 7 months old, 7.5 months old. He was born in the last one of the eclipse last year in July. Remember how last year in July and August there were 3 eclipses? 2 in July and 1 in August. There were 3 eclipses. So he was born on the first eclipse, which is the 13th of July. 13th July. So by now he's 7.5 months now. Coming July, we will celebrate his first birthday. We're gonna make it a party for him, and I will definitely be home. And you know what I imagine when I go back home to Singapore, and I would still hope to continue to do streams like that, and I will have him in my arms, probably sitting on my lap to chit chat with you guys. Yeah, and say hello. His name is Lucas. I'll say, Lucas, say hello. If you want a Vedic astrology chart, I use Vault of Heavens, vaultofheavens.com. Vault as in like the safe box, the vault, V-A-U-T, Vault of Heavens. Vault of Heavens, yeah. That's for Vedic astrology. For Western astrology, most of them uses like astro.com. There are a few couple of them, but they uses different system. Some uses like a house, like a same house system. Seriously, whenever we feel upset, it's always good to hug a kid. Yeah, whenever I feel so upset and I look at children, I'll be like, okay, all my worries are gone for a moment. All my worries, all my emotions, my personal emotions are gone for a moment. In fact, actually permanently. And then once you're done with the kids, you'll be like, what happened just now? What was I feeling just now? Because you're so into the kids, enjoying your time with the kids, and then it's like, okay, the kids are what that matters the most there and then, and you know your problems be like, okay, my problems later, because the kids are more important. true. Children are so innocent and sweet. Yeah. Gold bar. Yes. That's, yeah. But I think it is quite sad. Like, I wouldn't have a lot of children myself. I might just have one. I might just have one. You know how when I was last time I used to have, I used to keep saying this, when if I were to have kids, I would have 4. I want to have 4, because one would be lonely, but 2 would fight. Like 2 would go against one another, and then they end up being lonely. But 3, if it's 3, then two will gang up against one. So minimum I will need 4 of them, so they could gang up 2 and 2. At least they don't feel so lonely. At least they don't feel so lonely. That is great, but it usually gives in Hindi. So Swella, you use Vault of Heaven, VAULT vaultofheaven.com. That Vault of Heaven was done by William Ernest. Yeah, William Ernest. Like the best, like the guru of the guru. Train the trainer. So Juju, you asked me if I have Cs in my chart a lot. What about that? Some of you left. I'm not sure if Juju is still around. How many of you have kids yourself? How many of you have kids yourself? And you know, and I think that I'm getting older. I seriously don't see myself having kids anymore. 2 young adults, all done. Yeah, I know, right? NPR. I don't see myself, even though people are saying, no, your age is fine. You could, why not? But can you imagine? Freak, I'm 31. By the time I get hitched, or you know, the fastest time, I would be 32 next year that I give birth. If I have to raise them to the age of 20, I would be freaking 52. Where would I get the energy once I'm past 40? Where would I get the energy once I'm past 40? I'm already burning myself out so much, and I already feel like, you know, my body is worn out. The mechanism in my body is just, it's just slowing down and having a lot of friction. Where do I get that energy? I don't know. So I just think, okay, you know what? I don't think I will ever have kids myself, because it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. Do I use Instagram? Insta as in Instagram. You see, I'm so not a social media person. I have an Instagram account, but I used to post some nonsense then, but I stopped for like many years. But I still have the account with me. But I forgot what is my ID. It's really just nonsense in there. Nothing. I just post something like a rainbow and like a river. Very boring stuff. I'm a very boring person. 31, still plenty of time. No, but if you really do the math, like getting to know someone at the fastest 2 years, like 1.5, maybe 1 to 1.5 years, even if you plan to get married, you still need kind of like 6 months for preparation. That would be 2 years. And I'm 31 this year, plus 2 years, I'm 33. And then starting to get pregnant, another 1 year or so, I'm 34. Freak, I'm 34 by the time I give birth. Hola, Haribeto, Jose. I love my eyes, and I always had a dream of having a girl with same eyes as mine. You mean Swella? Swella, you're a guy? I imagine you're a girl. Gold Bar has got 2 nieces. Nice. I think those who are aunts and uncles, like me, I'm an aunt, and then Suela, or no, Gobar is like, uh, no, actually nieces, no, sorry, what is, no, actually, Suela is a lady, but I just confused that nieces, I take you as, yeah, sorry, my bad. Thought Pisces chart made you more of a reader. No, I have a 12th house stellium. I have a 12th house stellium. So my 12th house uh of spirituality. I haven't looked at them. I haven't looked at them. I will only look at them when I'm on your reading. Yeah. I will look at them only when I'm reading on your reading, because otherwise all those I would have forgotten and I would mix up all the energies. So when I'm on it, I will focus on your reading. Even for those of you who sent me like your reading request, you tell me your whole life story. I only read it when I'm doing your reading there and then. I don't read it prior before to see what's your story and what am I preparing myself for. No, I will read it there and then to pick up the very first sentiments or message that I have for you. Have one teen. Juju has got one teen. All right, Juju, you're almost there. You're almost there. You have just probably 3 or 4 more years. No, actually, teen could be 13, 14, right? But anyway, yeah, you have passed the 50% mark. NPR is done. Done. So done. Yeah, I'm a 12th house stallion and I'm a Sagittarius dominant, because my stellium 12th house. So Sagittarius is a spiritual person. Anyone with Sagittarius not arising, Sagittarius rising as your ascendant, uh you're all spiritual. I actually love kids though. Hi Deepu. No readings now. In a few hours time. I know it is your daytime. No, is it your daytime? Yeah, it is your daytime there. It will be evening time your side tomorrow, which is like nighttime here for me. When I wake up tomorrow, I will come on live for all of you who has outstanding reading, and those of you who wants to super chat for readings. Yeah, you're definitely an air sign. You break down everything. I break down anything. Good morning, Deepu. All good, Deepu. Yeah, you're definitely an air sign. No, air sign does air sign breaks down everything? I think it's because of my Capricorn, the Capricorn in me, that I need to be very clear in what I'm putting out, in what I'm saying. Capricorn has got no mixed signal. So I have to be very clear of what I'm of, to make sure that I put my point across, that everyone understands me. So I don't have a lot of very bombastic words or vocabularies to that. So I use really simple basic English, but also because I don't have very strong vocabularies. Yeah. Emotionally, I'm very air sign. Emotionally, I'm very air sign. It's like I do what I want to do when I want to do. I don't really like this part about me. I do what I want when I want to do. 16. All right, so your teen is 16. All right, you're almost there. You just have about less than 4 years, just about 3 years or so. Yeah. NPR, you love kids. Okay. I don't know, man. I'm so eager to know. I'm so eager to know what's my later part of life gonna be. But I'm definitely not gonna take to entertain any more bullshit. Like anyone who just kind of unsure of themselves. You know how some guys they're waiting for you to, like, all right, now I have this guy friend. He's waiting for me to, like, kind of visit him in the state. He's in the States. I don't want to mention which part he's at, but he knows now I'm here, and then he's asking like, okay, will you cross over? Will you come over to the States? I said, maybe if I'm there, I'm there. He didn't want to ask explicitly, and I'm like, okay, if you're not asking about it, it's not gonna happen. Because I'm Aquarius rising air sign. Go bruh. You are the same as one of my clients. She's also an Aquarius rising. She's so funny. Aquarius rising, they're so funny. The man, the wedding. What? Oh my god, Chelsea. What's that? What's the oh my god for? I mean, my love life, my personal love life sucks. Like any one of you sucks. I mean, I seem to sound very logical, but trust me, my love life is nothing like what any one of you could imagine. Why don't he visit me? No. Okay, so this is the interesting part, if any one of you wants to know. Okay, so this is it. He asked me, he did offer me, when I was contemplating where do I go, to the States or to Canada, and then he offered me like I could use his place. Then, but because as I know him before, his place is full, like all his kids stays with him. I said, do you still have available rooms or guest room? Obviously I would ask for a guest room, right? But his thought was that we would right immediately we would sleep together. So I didn't, but I wasn't explicit about that. So I asked about, do you still have available rooms or guest room? Not that I know of, because he was telling me about how his daughter wanted to move out because two of them, the two sisters, they are sharing a room, and then one of them got attached and they need some privacy, so one of the sister is going to move out. So I knew he doesn't have got enough space in the house, and then he offered me a place. What is he thinking about? I already knew what he was thinking about, because isn't it obvious? I'm introverted, so it's my fault. Oh, then yeah. So I already knew where this is driving, where he's driving this thing to, but I just, like, as though I do not know, and I was expecting a guest room. So I said, I don't think you have enough space. Like, I don't want to bother you. I don't want to be adding on to taking up any more space of yours. So he said, oh well, I've got a big room. He said, oh well, I've got a big room, and if you don't mind, we can share. I'm like, okay. I told him that no, I think your intentions and my intentions apparently are different. So maybe what you're looking for is not the same as me. I just keep it at that. So he understood what I was saying, and I obviously understood what he was saying. That's how grown men are, especially ones that have kids already or been through some crap. They expect you to have sex with them, but not all, but most do. Yeah, they're more like the why wait. Yeah, but too bad. I'm like, no, this is not gonna happen. Doesn't matter if I take interest in you or not, but a proper relationship shouldn't start off like this. A proper relationship shouldn't start off like this. And I'm so sure about myself that I only wanted a healthy relationship. I'm not going to go into any toxicity anymore. That's why today also one of the reading, the girl who manifested, one of the girl who was trying to manifest for the boy to come back, and then she did a collage. The girl who did a collage, she said she's trying to manifest uh the love. But to me, it must be, you must, and like, it must be two-sided. It shouldn't be one-sided. And the both of you must have the same intention, like, we want to make this last, and I don't want to jump in so soon with you. I hope to take some time before we jump in so soon. And then if he agrees, that would be the best thing. That would be like the best thing for me. Like, he agrees, he know what we both are working towards for. We know we are working on something over here, and we are willing to put that on hold, that intimacy on delay, because we are working on something that's so much more meaningful and stronger in terms of foundational building. It's always a red flag when a guy rushes things. It's good when they have patience. Yeah. Hi, Walid. Hello. It's never is good to make them work for it. I don't need them to work so hard for me. I mean, what is there to work? But I think what I'm wanting here is the respect. I need that, like, you need that respect in a relationship. Like, he should respect, um he should respect you at any times, and actually at all times. There must be respect. I wouldn't make him work for me, like, could you go to the store to get things for me, could you do this for me, could you do that for me, and make him work like a dog. I'm not that kind of person. But it will be more of a mutual respect, like, I actually need some help here, can you help me with this? Like, be appreciative, really be human. It's really just about being human. You know it right from the start, Chris. That's good. You know your worth. Oh, I knew it only now. I knew it only now. Well said. Yeah, it's really a lot about respect, not so much about, putting tests through to them, or like test out how far are they willing to go. But if they know this word called respect, I think they have everything. If they know this thing called respect, they are everything. Guys, treat you like how you treat yourself, not work like that. Like, work to earn your trust. It takes some time to see. Yeah, you have to earn your trust. Yes, but earn, not as in you don't have to be too dramatic. You don't have to be too dramatic and act like one. I don't need you to be too dramatic, but it's just over time your character shows. Over time your character shows. I don't need you to do anything. You can just be you. I will take somewhat like a few weeks to observe, because you can act for 1 day is easy. You can act for 2 days, still easy. 3 days, 4 days, 1 week, 1.5 weeks, 2 weeks is getting tougher and tougher. That's where the true colors come. So for all of those like online dating girls who goes for online dating, I would always say go for about 2 weeks before you meet up. 2 weeks, and observe their schedule. Like, are they mostly out on the nights, like having dinners? Oh, I'm having dinner today with my high school friends. I'm having dinner today with my ex-colleagues. I'm having dinner today with my clients. And you could see their lifestyle, if that lifestyle is what you like to see. So, and if it's something that, if it's something different later on that you see, like, when we were dating, or when we were talking, you don't seem to be that busy, and then gradually they start to have a lot of entertainment, it is a telltale. It is a telltale. Like, you don't used to have such lifestyle. What makes you change? You're not a every evening out for dinner person. What makes you have dinner every now and then now? So take 2 weeks or so. 2 weeks is about enough. For me, it is really about their lifestyle because I'm a super boring person. So if they tend to be too outgoing, like they have a lot of activities or social activities, then I'm like, okay, it's too much for me. I can't catch up with it. Just can't catch up with it. Am I talking too much? Oh yeah, I used to have like last month. I just cut my hair like maybe before, just sometime last week. I just had my hair cut sometime last week before I arrived here. Before that, my hair is like here. But this hair is really hard to maintain. It's really hard to maintain. And I have got some natural curls and it's quite annoying. It's quite annoying to have some natural, like, you know how this thing here is so annoying. All right, awkward silence again. Am I holding you guys back? I look fresh. Maybe it's just something new, but after a while it will look boring. Am I holding you guys back? You see how I can really talk so much. It's been an hour coming to 1 hour 10 minutes. About 2 hours we've been talking. About 2 hours we've been talking. Walid came in and said hello and gone. See, Sarah is not here with us. So we still have our thorns among the roses. Not at all. You mean delaying you guys back? Yeah, I like it just chilling out. Tomorrow is another work day. Tomorrow morning, yeah, some of them still have their outstanding reading. And then I'm going to complete the series of that no tools reading. The no tools. Did it with no tools at all. No cards, nothing. I just kind of like, okay, let's get it started. I'm like, okay, so Geminis, this is what it is. I see you having some food around you, blah, blah, blah. I just close my eyes and there goes my reading. I mean, it's okay just for entertainment. If it's not exactly for all of you. Do you guys have any suggestions for me? It's like, how is there anything that I need to improve on, or how can I improve myself to be better? Is there anything that you guys find really annoying about me? I know sometimes when I get excited and then I'll be like all on top of my voice, I think I find myself annoying as well. That's only when I get excited. Excited as in agitated sometimes, and then I just can't help it. Well, how did you get your channel monetized? NX, how did I get my channel monetized? There is a minimum watch time criteria by YouTube. So they set a minimum watch time to 4,000 hours. 4,000 hours. It was pretty hard for me to meet that 4,000 hours given the run rate of my videos right now, which is embarrassingly pathetic, but that's fine. Everyone starts from somewhere, and I believe there is a divine time. And my time is not here yet, I know. My time will come in probably about 2 years' time. So anyway, so for you, in case you have your channel and you're asking how do you get monetized, so there is a 4,000 hours criteria. You could actually see it from your creator studio, your creator studio, somewhere in there. If you have that, there's in a creator studio. So it says you need to meet the minimum 4,000 hours. So how did I meet it? It was surprisingly by last December, the Aries reading hit and went all the way up to 11,000, 11K viewers, 11K viewers from the Aries reading. And there was nothing much about that damn Aries reading. I was amazed. Hi, you're welcome, NX. Hi, by the way. We're having a very intimate and cozy chat room here, so nothing too heavy. So it was the Aries video that helped me, that helped me to hit that 4,000. Otherwise, after working on my channel for so long, like probably for 1 year or so, active months be like 12 months, or maybe 10 months, active months, because like in between I got back to work because everyone else is asking me to just do something, like go back to the workforce, and then I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go back to the workforce. And then the same thing happened. I was in a very risky business where the company was kind of like trying to scam for investors funding, for any one of you who's in business. So I'm in this like the Bitcoin sector. So we are very heavy, like fintech, financial technology. We are heavy on investors funding. So it's kind of like a scam. So apparently I'm a very I'm on the different side of the fence, totally different side of the fence. Like they do their shit, I do my proper revenue generating work over here, like engaging with clients. That's what I do. But they want me to do like, could you get me 10 millions in 1 month, 10 million of turnover in 1 month? I'm like, sorry boss, not possible. It's not even possible to get you 100,000 given the current state of the business, where you know all our mechanism, our technical our technology is so behind time. How can I even get that? So the technology be like, you know, your payments, online payments and stuff. Yeah, when you put through a credit card, it's not even like the page just doesn't go through. How the hell do you want like 10 millions of a credit card payments? So apparently they need to put up the numbers for investors to see. So I'm like, I genuinely engage with the clients, but I know through genuine work it's not going to get us anywhere. But I can't risk my name, otherwise my name will be out for investigation very soon. My name will be out for investigation. And come on, how much are you paying me to take this risk? You're not paying me millions a year to take this risk for you. You're paying me peanuts, like just peanuts. Why would I do that? I would rather leave the company than having to put my name out for investigation for like those fraud investigation, some kind of bureaus for investigation. No, I have like a whole life of career ahead of me. Why would I want to risk that? So anyway, that was why I had some inactive month, because then everyone else is just saying, can you just go back to work? So the same thing happened for the 4th time. I had 4 job change within a very short span, and none of them passed anything like 2 months. So I know how is it when some of you are going through like really rough patch at work and jobs don't seem to be working out for you. I understand that. I know what it feels like. So anyway, coming back to the YouTube channel. So yeah, somehow like from the universe, I was given this luck by this Aries video that says that, you know, their life is finally taking a change, and it just boom up to 11,000. That was like a 1,000%, like 1,000%, like 1,000% increment. Yeah, just be yourself, keep your authenticity. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but you know, sometimes family, I personally, I have no, or at least I have cleared all my baggages So I personally have no baggage by now, but previously, yes, I do, but now I don't have anymore. So, and I don't need a lot to live. I don't need a lot to live. The only thing I'm expensing out is my travels. That's all. Like, I don't have bills. The only bills I have is just my telephone bill. That's it. The only bills I have is just my telephone bills. Other than that, then it's just really my travel, mainly the air ticket. For my Airbnb, I usually negotiate for a super good deal. Somehow I can because I'm a super salesperson. But I don't use that on my channel. On my channel, it's I don't know. Yeah, so for my Airbnb, I like for this day of mine, I got it for maybe about 20 USD per night. I'm getting about 20 USD per night for this room, and actually the other kitchens, and which is almost all mine, no one is in the house, I mean, other than the landlord. So I could use the kitchen all by myself. I got like 20 USD per night. So it's not too much. I find it's really reasonable. Anyone have any more question? NPR, you are you cooking today? Are you done with your oxtail? Who's left? Who's left with me? If I'm getting boring, then let's just close off. OJ, for photo reading? Oh, okay. Okay. Tomorrow. What is your time zone now? How come you don't have too many bills? No rent bill, internet, TV, car note. Okay, I will I'll answer you shortly. About same guy. No problem, no problem. But I just want to know what time zone are you, so I think I kind of EST. Okay, EST would I could do it for you. Maybe I could do it for you. If you send it to me soon after tonight, tomorrow morning, I could do it for you before I go live again. Or after I go live, which I do not know how long the live will take again, because it's crazy. It's 7 hours this morning to afternoon. So yeah, should be fine. Tomorrow should be fine. I could do it for you tomorrow. By tomorrow. By tomorrow evening, you should hear from me. Yeah. To annex, how come you don't have too many bills? No rent bill. Oh, because back home in where I'm from in Singapore, I live with my family, and that's how our culture does. We live with the family if we're not married. So I don't have a house. In a way, I don't have an asset as well, even though I don't have a bill. Then internet is also home internet, but yeah, we give kind of like allowance every month to our folks. Depending on your ability, so that internet bills and maybe utility bills, they will use that fund that from the kids because when we start to work, we will have to give allowance back to the folks. That's how Asians does it. I think in Western culture, be like, no, my dad is on his own, my mom is on his own, I don't need to give them a single cent. But back there in our culture, I do not know. I'm not a Korean. I'm actually by ethnicity, I'm ethnic, yeah. I'm Chinese but born in Singapore. So yeah, so we have to give our folks allowance, monthly allowance, so that you know they don't have to worry about their later years, their old age or their golden years. So depends. The amount, like generally back there in our culture, it used to range from about maybe 300 USD per month in USD to maybe about um 700-800 USD, depending. Like that's the average for an average earner, for an average earner, about 300 to 7 or 800 per month allowance to the folks. But these days it's getting like I'm hearing from relatives that they are, some of them, the children are not even giving them. It's like it is lucky enough for the folks to not even have to continue to support the kids even after they get to they join the workforce. It will be lucky enough that the folks don't have to continue to support them once they've joined the workforce, because these days the cost of living is getting so high that even for you to be out in the workforce, it might not even be enough. But well, so that's the strawberry generation that we're talking about, which is now the Z generation. But for my generation, it's kind of like 300 to 800 USD per month. So yeah. Yep, Jay, I got it. But I didn't include contact email. Yeah, I could do a private video and send you the link. So it's just only you will get the link. All right. So internet, TV would be like, TV would be under utilities. Car note. In Singapore, because our land space is really small, so I don't own a car. It's like we have our land space in Singapore, from east to the west. From the east to the west in Singapore is just about 30 miles. From the east to the west, it's just about 30 miles. From the north to the south, it's just about 20 miles. That's how big Singapore is. East to the west, just about 30 miles. North to the south is just about 20 miles. That's how small we are. And we have kind of like 100 over train station, subway station, or metro, whatever you call it. So the gap between the distance between every station is walkable, maybe about 800 meters. Oh yeah. Send me the question in. Send me a question, your question in email. Yeah, write to me. Then I will reply. I will copy and paste the link back in the email and reply back to you. So you give your parents, no, like only the both of them will share. The both of them will share. It's just one amount, not each of them. Or each of them is going to be a lot. You're welcome, Jay. Thank you. So yeah, no, it's just one time. So I think SG is a very nice country. Transportation is very convenient. So every subway station, the distance is just maybe 800 meters. But under the ground, it will seem like it is very far, because they have to avoid some pipings or whatsoever. So it will seem like a far distance. But if you walk in a straight, along the roads, it's just straight, maybe 800 meters, 500 meters. Not 5, yeah, probably 800 meters. So it is so convenient. And yeah, we have like Uber rides as well. So if you travel the furthest, it's not going to take anything more than 45 minutes car ride from the east to the west. It's not going to take more than 45 minutes car ride. Hi, future world. And it's very competitive. We have a lot of taxis, a lot of Uber rides. In fact, we have kind of like four companies, four private car hiring companies like Uber and stuff. Yeah, we have four of them, so it's very competitive. There's too many. The transportation is too convenient. Just call, just dial. In 3 minutes, they are here. In less than 30 minutes, you're there at your destination. Food is inexpensive, hawker food. Yeah, but even for hawker food, the costs are going higher. But all right, I mean, it's still reasonable. It's still reasonable for now. Kind of like 3 USD, three or 4 USD per meal. Some of them can go as high as maybe 6, 7 USD, even for hawker food. A simple meal, not those luxury like the cook store. Reason for this stream, there's no reason for this stream. I feel like my friends are calling me in. There's no reason for this. Last question is, if you plan on getting married, how do women from Singapore meet guys? Formal dinners, club? If you plan on getting married, I would say a lot of them are from online dating these days. Yeah, a lot of them are from online dating these days. Otherwise, they would have knew each other back when they were in the uni days. During the uni days, they would have met their partner when they were studying. Because once you join the workforce, once you got out of school, once you come out of your schooling, once you get into the workforce, you almost have no time for dating at all. And you know how like the youngsters, they have to work so hard to get themselves somewhere, to land themselves somewhere for some minimum achievement for themselves. It's very competitive, and there's no true or genuine hearts. Like when you're at the workforce, don't ever think you don't have any friends. You don't have any friends. Everyone in the workforce, everyone in the company are almost like the enemies whom you have to battle with to gain that, to get that promotion for yourself. Yeah. So when you start to join the workforce over here in Singapore, it's like almost there are no friends. Everyone is fake. Everyone is for themselves when you start to join the workforce, when you come out from graduation. And especially the youngsters, they do not know how to navigate to be tactical in their approach. So they just be fake. They just be fake. That's all they know. Just be fake. They know, yeah, you must smile. You must smile to everyone. But you don't have to do it. You don't have to genuinely be nice to them. That's how the youngsters' mindset is. Everyone is for themselves. So yeah, so there's no friends, no true hearts to even talk about. Yeah. Like office dating, it doesn't happen at all. It doesn't happen. Almost like maybe just 1% of office romance. What is my occupation? Right, better than 10 USD here. Yeah, I think it's still slightly better. What is my occupation? Now I'm a full-time reader. If you're asking about my past, I was sales, and I've been doing sales all my life. So in the past, I was the head of sales or head of business development. The last employment I was with, I was the head of business development. yeah, or just a global VP of sales. Global VP of sales, yeah. Why do you ask such a weird question? What is my occupation? I'm a reader now. And then now that I tell my peers from work, explain a little bit about what is a full-time reader. A full-time reader is someone who just reads and reads and reads. That's a full-time reader. We just read and read and read. That's all we do. It's like a Monday to Sunday thing. And then yeah, but I really enjoy it because it's so this, you know how I was just talking about in the corporate world where everyone is so fake and everyone's against one another. But here, when I do reading, it gets really personal. It gets really personal, and people are open to tell me to share. They trust me. There is this trust. They are trusting their privacy. They're trusting their sorrows with you, their issues with you, and it gets really personal. There's this personal touch in here. I really like it. I hate that corporate bullshit. I seriously hate that corporate bullshit. But no one seems to understand, at least my family or friends, no one seems to understand that. What do I read? What do you mean by what do I read? I could read tarot. I could read photos, like how I've been doing this. Was it today? Actually, I just started to read for my channel today, but I've been able to do it for a while, but I just didn't actively read photos. I could channel some of the intuitive messages, and yeah, and also like an empath in different ways. There are many different ways. You know how sometimes some people, they could just, do you have a belonging of someone? So if they give you a belonging of someone, let's say a book. Okay, so this book belongs to someone. Some of them, they could even read from the energy of an object, from an object. So, but I haven't tried that. It's too much. It's too much. Some of them, like my friends or people around me, when I sit with them, I could instantly, I mean, like when I sit with them, I could also start to see and know, kind of intuitively, I would know like a little bit about them, their background, or what they might be trying to hide. Yeah, but I mean, I don't, it's like my friends, or just generally friends, people around me. Name 5 things that you can never agree with or like with about the Western civilization. Name 5 things that I can never agree with about the Western civilization. Wow. This is like, what? Like the Miss Universe question. Like, okay, you have to have the brains. The Western civilization. 5 things that I like that you can never agree with or like. I can never agree with. Oh, I can't do this, man. This is like too deep. I'm sorry, I don't have the brains to do that. Can't agree with. You know, if I could say, for me, there's nothing that I'm so against, because I'm really about pinpointing on that very issue, on that particular matter itself. It's never about the person. So we don't get personal. I don't get personal. Even for Donald Trump, even for Donald Trump, I don't get personal with things. It's like we look at issues on issues by issues. If he's going to build the wall, how is it going to affect people around? Or maybe like globalization in terms of economy and stuff like that. So let's look at the issue itself. We don't be personal. Let's not get personal. So there's nothing about him as a person. I mean, maybe there is, but depends on what are the issues that you're talking about. So for me personally, I don't get personal, and I don't feel like we could actually, or I could actually kind of be generalizing. Let's just say Christianity or Catholicism. You can't generalize everyone. For me, if you ask me, back there at home in Singapore, like a lot of churches, they are functioning kind of like a multinational, not multinational company, multi-level marketing company, MLM. You know that? So back there in Singapore, a lot of our churches function like MLM. It's kind of like word of mouth. You have to spread your word of mouth about your church to either convert non-Christians to join your church. And then, you know, there is this thing, I do not know whether if it's a practice or a belief or whatever you call it, to kind of donate a certain percentage of your salary to the church. So they need that fund, and that's why they are working or functioning like a MLM, multi-level marketing company. So, but then again, it is not everyone in the church does that, and not all the churches in Singapore does that. There are maybe a few maybe a few handful. So you don't generalize. I don't come across any Christians and say, oh, you're Christian. No. So I think this will get personal. It can get too personal if you generalized it. So basically, what is the 5 biggest differences with Singapore life and America life? Landscaping for sure, geographical, the landscaping, geographical landscape, that's considered one, right? Landscaping. Culture, lifestyle as well, lifestyle. Over there in Singapore, it's like you will not be afraid of or that you will run out of activities back there in Singapore. You have anything and everything 24/7. We have everything 24/7. Yeah. And it's within reach. It is within reach because we are so small. It is all within reach. You could get to any parts of Singapore within 45 minutes. Bye, Roy. Stay safe. Be safe on the road and rest early. Good night. So yeah, the lifestyle, very safe too. Yeah, I guess if you talk about specifically in the States, then I think safety would be one of it. Safety would be one of it. Landscaping, lifestyle, safety, fast-paced lifestyle. Yeah, it's fast-paced, it's hectic. It is very organized, even in the most business sense. Like everything is so organized, but it comes from the point of business operation or like money making. They will operate 24/7 for commercial sense, just only to make commercial sense. And yeah, people stay up late. Over there, we stay up late. In the middle of the night, people don't sleep and we go out for supper. We have a lot of eating spots in the middle of the night. you wouldn't be afraid that there would be no place for you to go. There would be any kind of food that you want. You will have it in the middle of the night, up to 6 a.m. in the morning. Up to 6 a.m. in the morning. It's almost 24/7. We have cinemas 24/7, eateries 24/7, restaurant style, street style, shopping 24/7. Supermarket for sure. They are all 24/7. Convenience store, 7-Eleven for sure, 24/7. I think that's almost everywhere. Yeah. Transport 24/7. You have everything 24/7. So convenience, maybe convenience as one, and oh yeah, I have another Aries video which is done already, but I wanted to post it out only when the full set is ready. So it should be by this weekend. It should be by this weekend on Saturday or Sunday around. Yeah. Yeah, I have more videos to come. Annex, what background? What's your background? What's your background? Like why do you ask so specific question or brainy question, I would say? Why do you ask so brainy question? Anyone should visit Singapore. Unfortunately, NPR, I'm not sure whether if this is generalizing, but I've speak to a handful of Americans, American natives. I'm off work this weekend. Great. Enjoy and have a good rest to yourself. You've been working hard. Give yourself a pat on your shoulder. So a lot of American natives apparently don't know where Singapore is until today. Even with the news on Trump coming to Singapore for the first summit to meet Kim Jong-un, like still many people do not know what Singapore is. They will ask me like, which part of China? Which part of China? Come on, Singapore and China it's probably like from the distance of New York to Vegas. That's how far we are. We're not even anywhere near. Sad to say, more than 40% of Americans don't have passport. Is that the statistic? Travel is the best education. Yeah. More than 40%. Oh, if that's the stats, then 40% is high. Yeah, I've talked to many Americans and they don't know Singapore. They ask, oh, where is that? I'm like, okay, where is that? Well, I don't know. I do not know what's the viewpoint of Singapore from here, from the people here, from the people here. So I mean, I don't know every countries as well, so but I would hear of most of the names. I just do not know exactly geographically where are they exactly located at. Annex left us. I'm curious about Annex. He or she asked a lot about. Most people in America don't know. Yeah. Because I think in this region, Asia is the furthest continent. Asia is it the furthest? Yeah, Asia is the furthest continent to travel to. Asia is the furthest continent to travel to, so it's like at least 20 hours. Not even like Australia and New Zealand. They would come from the other way, from the west side, probably coming to Vegas and San Fran. It's just like 12 hours from Australia to San Fran. 12 hours. No, actually less than that. Less than that. From Melbourne to Texas, it was about 13 hours from Melbourne to Texas. One of my friends took a flight from Melbourne to Texas, just 13 hours. Southeast Asia, longer than Japan, Korea, China. Yeah. So the southeast side is further than the North Asia. Yeah. Because of the, I think because of the, like, the, let me see. Oh yeah, because it's I saw, you know, there's this, I only knew this recently. So the globe. So the plane would not fly in a straight line like that, because then it would be longer. They would fly kind of like up and down. They would, I do not know, but it kind of makes sense. I kind of know, but I still don't know exactly. But they will fly uh like in this manner, then in this manner. Like in this manner, it's the circumference is longer, so they will go up and then it's faster. So for Asia, because it's like US is here, Asia is somewhere here, so they have to fly in this, so it is really far. But if they fly in this, North Asia is somewhere here, so it's relatively nearer. From Hong Kong to less than 4 hours. From Singapore to Hong Kong is just 3 hours 45 minutes. 3 hours 45 minutes. It's strange. We are coming to 150 minutes and my Wi-Fi is working fine. My Wi-Fi is working fine. How strange can that be? Okay, I shouldn't say. This is like a curse. Nighttime is faster, less people. You are a night owl. I don't have any fixed time. I don't have a fixed time. And yeah, I enjoy the night quietness, serenity. I really like it. Other than you, NPR, who could be the one who's still with us? Is it Annex? Is it Annex still with us? Who's the other one who's still with us? Yeah, but I'm totally a night person. I'm not a day or morning person. But these days I'm a morning person here because over here there's no soundproof. So the landlord used kind of like his door would just go slamming away in the morning. So I will wake up in the morning. Who's left here if not other than NPR? Is it Annex? What are you doing right now, NPR? What are you doing right now? Don't you have chores to get to? But I guess I have to go soon because like there's still readings in the morning. Multitasking, looking up to prepare taxes. Okay, you're a financial controller. You're a financial person, are you? Yeah, I will. Are you like a finance person? Haha, not really. Or like tax, like under the tax. No, but tax is under finances. Okay. Prepare taxes. Is it like a financial? One of the financial year would be 31st March. Some of them the financial cutoff would be 31st March. So wherever you are with right now, could it be like the cutoff for the financial year for 2018, 31st March? Oh, April 15 tax day. Okay. All right. April 15. The day you pay for your tax or what? I mean, is it a personal or a corporate tax are we talking about? I lost all my knowledge because I used to be in banking and I do I was I was I was doing like corporate financing. End of December 31st is the tax year. All right, okay. So your financial year cut off at 31st December. Yeah. So I used to be in banking and I was doing corporate finances. I lost I forgot about it. I forgot about everything. I mean, but I could still remember some basics, but ever since I just dropped all that corporate bullshit, I forgot about everything. So I did all that corporate landings, that um all that trade receipts, overdraft, refinancing mortgages and all, which I've clean forgot about it. Factoring and all. Oh yeah, factoring. Talking about factoring. I do not know whether if you know what I'm talking about. I think you know. I think you know. Good. Do what makes you happy. It will all work out. Yeah, I'm sure it will all work out. It will just take some. It takes time, yes, but I think it is all divination, like divine's timing. I believe all that there's a time for everything. There's definitely a time for everything. So you just have to wait for the time for this something. There's always a time for everything. You can't rush into it. No matter how good you are, no matter how good you are, or no matter how good I am, there's always a time for everything. Okay, I will not hold the last two of you back. You have some time to both yourself, to yourself, have some time to yourself, chill out and get ready for the last day of the week before we enjoy the 2 weekdays for ourselves. Sorry, 2 weekends for ourselves. Okay, good night to all of you. I do not know who else is there, but yeah, good night to the both of you. Good night, NPR. I will see you soon. Bye.